Hello and welcome to Rethink Mad Minds 2015 here in Berlin. I'm with Panos Meyer from Twitter. Hello and welcome to the conference. First of all, I'd like you to introduce yourself and your professional background.
Yes, thank you for the invitation. My name is Panos Meyer. I joined Twitter in 2015, and before Twitter I had my own startup for around about 3 years, which I sold last year.
You already held a keynote about communication strategies at Twitter. Could you give us more insights into your talk?
Yes, of course. I think there are mainly three important points. The first thing is, as people say, the trend of digital transformation. So what we see is, like in our private environment, in our private life, we are already very, very digital. We use digital services all across the day, and we have a smartphone and so on and so forth. But as soon we switch to our work environment, somehow we are still analog. So I think that's the first point, which is very important for companies to have in mind. The second thing is that there's so much more information, so many more channels during your whole day, and on the other side, the attention span is going down. So the human attention span, according to research from Microsoft, is only 8 seconds from a human being. So it's pretty hard to have this message that you want to communicate as a brand to deliver it to your potential client. And the third thing, and this is maybe the most important thing, is that because of the advertising which is out there, it's so much important that you create relevance. So you have to find as a brand the right moment and the right content, and of course the right people.
From your own viewpoint, how do you think that digitalization has changed consumer behavior?
That's a very interesting question. I think the biggest change is that it's an industry independent change. So we use services like, for example, in the travel sector, and this change or this consumer experience that we have in the sector, we transfer this expectation to other industries. So no matter if you want to digitalize your business or not, you are facing customers with high digital expectations. So they want to see services, they want to have everything on demand in real time, no matter if you offer that or not, because expectations are set by other companies.
And everything is now moving from offline to online. How do you think the marketing sector will look like in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I think there will be two main drivers. The first driver is data. We see a huge shift in data-driven campaigns. The very successful companies and brands on Twitter are usually working a lot with data. So they use data, they crunch the data, and they optimize their campaigns with data. And the second thing which is attached to the data is the speed. Campaigns are much faster and much like into the moment, like à la minute. So it's pretty hard to to build campaigns like in the old days. Today you have to be much faster and you need the data.
And how do you think the role of the CMO at a company is affected by this big data thing?
Yeah, the problem is the knowledge, of course. I mean, things are moving so fast, and you have to understand, because the data itself is so complex, and also the technology attached to it is quite complex. So you have to have get the knowledge and get the skills, or get the people on board who have the skills. And like compared to the past, it was very easy for us as CMOs to judge, for example, a good TV campaign or a print campaign. But in the digital world, it's quite different. If you don't know how to use a certain service, if you are not on Twitter, how can you judge as a CMO a good Twitter campaign? So that's a big challenge.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any specific expectations from the conference that you would like to get away? Like any benefits from the networking sessions or?
Yes, I'm looking very forward to speak to decision makers, especially from bigger companies, because I think there's the biggest potential in the marketing sector. And it's very good that they gather here at this conference, because somehow they feel that they need to do something, or that they have to talk to digital people. So it's very good that the old days, the old people in brackets, and the digital people come together and talk about, and then maybe create something good out of it.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and have a good rest of the day.
Thank you very much.